Good morning from the parking lot of EPCOT. As you guys can see, there's still a lot of construction going on behind me as far as the entrance goes and the tram stop. So the tram stop's still pretty far away from the entrance and bag check, and they're still refurbishing this area. Oh, there's a monorail. So I don't know exactly what they're doing to this area, but I do know that it's just some sort of beautification project as they redo the whole front end of EPCOT. So as you guys can see, still kind of a mess out here. I think we might try to go up on the monorail platform and have a look inside, see what we can see for that construction area right there. Oh, it's very loud up here. I don't know what they're doing. They're doing something. Whoa, this place is a mess. I wonder what it'll end up looking like. Right now, not looking so good, and it's very loud up here. Wow, what a shot of Spaceship Earth. Also, there are construction walls where the old monoliths used to be for Leave a Legacy. They took down the ones off this side, but they've started to take down the ones off the left side too. So there's something that you should know. The planter pictures are no more. So there was a planter that people would take pictures in front of and a dedication plaque kind of right there that explained what Leave a Legacy was. Now it's gone. So you cannot get a good picture in front of Spaceship Earth without there just being a wall in the way. You can have one of these wide open pictures over here, but that wall extends out pretty darn far. So I feel like no matter what, you pretty much have a construction wall in your photo, no matter where you stand. Now we're looking back at the entrance where the Leave a Legacy monoliths stand. So they've got these over here behind construction walls. Those over there are now gone. And the planter down the center, oh, and the fountain. There's a fountain there too that is now behind walls as well. A lot of stuff behind construction walls here as they make way for the new entrance to EPCOT. Also, it's a bit confusing because stroller and ECV and wheelchair rentals are back around the corner here. So I don't know how to explain that. Like, you come in here and you have to go around all of these construction walls and then make a left. I know that we're turning to the right, but you're making a left because you're heading in this direction. And you make a left to go back there to rent a wheelchair or a stroller. So even though there are no festivals going on at EPCOT right now, it's still kind of packed. There's a 40-minute wait here for Spaceship Earth, mostly because it is the dead of summer. So there are just a lot of people at Disney right now. Another area of the park that's going to be changing very soon, as a matter of fact, September 8th, is this fountain area here, because they're going to start doing remodels on it. There are going to be a few shops that will move. Take, for instance, the Starbucks. The Starbucks is going to have a new location after this one closes, and then once it's remodeled, this one will reopen again. But then there's a few things that won't have new spots, like Club Cool. Club Cool will be closing down permanently September 8th. Just cut through Mouse Gear to grab some air conditioning, and on the way out, in between Mouse Gear and Test Track, there's still a playground over here. This was themed to Toy Story before, but now it's just a regular old playground, no theming at all. But you can sort of see some of it still. Like right there, still a little bit of a Buzz Lightyear rocker, but everything else is just kind of normal playground. No real theme to it. Well, hopefully it doesn't get too bad. It kind of looks like rain right now, and we've gotten a few questions on past videos about umbrellas versus ponchos. So I wanted to tell you guys, like, I always bring an umbrella because it does rain every day in the summertime in Florida. I don't think summertime is a very good time to come to Florida because, one, it's hot all the time, and two, it rains every single day. Like, there's no exaggeration there. Every single day in the summertime, it will rain for at least some portion of the day, if not all of the day. So Florida is pretty bad in the summertime, but the whole reason that I bring an umbrella rather than a poncho is because it's hot. I know that a poncho is a little bit easier to carry around, like maybe they have ones that fit in your pocket, or you like easy to put in a backpack, and with umbrellas you have to have them, they're big and then you got to carry them around all the time. But umbrellas let the air flow around you while it's raining, and you can also kind of change your umbrella depending on the direction that the rain is falling. Whereas with a poncho, you kind of would have to like turn and block it from you, and it might still get you wet. And then also when it's raining on a poncho, the water runs down the poncho and just hits your feet. Whereas with an umbrella, it might not hit your feet. It'll probably like bounce around and be wet around your feet, but it won't just like run down your legs into your shoes. You'll stay a little bit drier on your feet a little bit longer with an umbrella. That's just my 2 cents with umbrella versus poncho. We're just to the left of Test Track. Came back to have a look at the space-themed restaurant Progress. It's gonna open in 2019. We don't have an exact date of its opening, but definitely opening in 2019. It looks like they still have a lot to do. There's a whole section over here that doesn't have any exterior on it. You can see all the way through the building. I wanted to give you guys a view of the Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster. Still hard at work on it. Still wide open on the front. And then if we peek through here, you can see the other building back there Got a big hole in the side of it for them to load materials into. Still got a ways to go for Guardians of the Galaxy to open. Definitely not opening in 2019. Oh, it does look like they're getting ready to do stucco on the outside though, so moving along. Hopefully the outside will be finished and we'll be able to see what the outside will look like soon. So it is now August 7th here at EPCOT. There are no festivals going on right now, but starting August 29th is Food and Wine Festival. And you can see they've already started setting up some booths back there, but they also walled off that whole section there. So you can't walk from here, the fountain area behind Spaceship Earth, over towards Imagination without going inside. You can get over there if you go this way through this building, but you can't walk over here by the gardens. I came back over by the splash pad, that's all the noise that you can hear behind me, to have a look in here to see what we can see as far as the Food and Wine Festival booths that they're working on. Looks like they've got the majority of them set up, but it looks like they're doing some heavy construction over here with these huge piles of dirt and some standpipes and some pretty large machinery. I wonder what they're doing over there. Oh, and this whole section over here is blocked off too. Construction walls, that's where some more Food and Wine Festival booths are, but it's blocked off all the way down to World Showcase. As I was making my way towards World Showcase, I looked over in the water here. This is the water that we were just looking at next to that path. Look at that beautiful shot right there. The sky is awesome looking over there. But I want to show you guys all the fish down here. There's a lot of them. It's pretty funny to see the difference between the sky on this side versus, oh, it's kind of back there. It's like really dark over there. But if you're not near the storm, it's a beautiful day out. And like I said, it does rain every day. It already rained earlier today. I also always think that it's interesting that they changed this out. So this would be around Christmas time where the Christmas tree is, or during Flower and Garden, there's a bunch of topiaries here. I think they also do topiaries during Food and Wine, but right now, it's just a flower bed. Not even flowers, just a plant bed. And there it is. As we make our way into World Showcase, we can start to see some of the Food and Wine Festival booths. This one's for Thailand, and it says coming soon, August 29th through November 23rd. It definitely is interesting being in EPCOT right before a festival. After the last time that we were here, there were no festival booths out. They put them up pretty quick. But here we got some Islands of the Caribbean one. We got a Mercantile over here. And then I believe that this one's a Mexican one. Yep, there it is, Mexico. I always like seeing when they put when the booth was introduced. So this one was introduced in 1996, one of the older booths. The other thing that we saw the last time we were here was the quick service restaurant out in front of Mexico has been doing some painting work around the outside. They started out over here, and the last time we were here, they were here. Now they're around the backside of this gazebo. So I'm already sweating like crazy. So we're gonna take a quick break here and see if we can ride Grand Fiesta Tour to cool off inside the Mexico Pavilion. Ah, perfect. It's a nice short wait too. Now this is relaxing. And air conditioning.
That's kind of like the market.
This way!
To play as we go, we sing and we stumble, we shout, it's rapid! They say we are birds of a feather. Two and three, we're always together.
Well, that definitely was an easy way to cool off. Something that I don't know if I've seen before is this press penny machine here inside the Mexico Pavilion. They're all themed after Coco. And this is the one where they're $1 a piece, or you get all 8 of them for $5. Now that we spent a little bit of time cooling off, it's back out into the heat, walking around World Showcase, seeing what else we can see. Well, this is interesting. Frozen Ever After is only a 50-minute wait. When I went by Test Track, it was a 95-minute wait. Has Frozen Ever After reached its peak to where it's not as busy as it used to be? Test Track was definitely a longer wait. Just passing by China, another one of the older booths established in 1996. I think what I'm gonna do is, instead of showing you guys every booth, I'm gonna see if I can find the newest one. So India was established in 2017. Also, another thing that we have coming up is we have a preview of Food and Wine coming up this month before the event, so be on the lookout for that video. That's strange. They are trailing some Sprite boats through World Showcase Lagoon. I wonder why. Seems like the majority of the new booths are from 2017. Haven't found a newer one yet. We're still on the lookout though. Something we still haven't seen yet this year is the Guardians of the Galaxy show here at the America stage. It's just ending right now, so I think we missed it. The restaurant out here at the America Pavilion still closed for refurbishment. They've been redoing all the brickwork and concrete here on the ground. But we know that they're turning this into a barbecue restaurant. Used to be just quick service where you can get hamburgers and things like that. Now it's gonna be quick service barbecue. They're also changing the name of this restaurant to the Regal Eagle. And we don't have an opening date for that other than later this year.
Red circle, let's make room. For the folks up in the balcony, come on through the pillars. Whoa,
One thing that we know for sure will be done very soon is this section that's walled off, because that right there is a booth for a Food and Wine Festival. I will be interested to know what happens to Block and Hans once the new restaurant over here in the American Pavilion opens, because that's one of the things that they were touting in the announcement was that they're gonna have all kinds of craft beers, and right now the place to get craft beers in the America Pavilion is here at Block and Hans. It seems like the majority of the booths are from 1996, 1997 time. Belgium's from 2010, then there were a couple of them from 2017, but right past Belgium, this green building is Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. I'm gonna do some looking around the France Pavilion, see what we can see as far as construction goes for this. Well, I thought it wouldn't rain twice today, but looks like I may have been wrong. Right behind the French Food and Wine booth, they're still doing some work on this tower out here. Wonder what it is that they're doing to it. It's all behind scrims, so we can't see it. This area that's walled off back towards the back of the France Pavilion, and actually kind of around the side. You can see here's the rest of the French Pavilion. We're on the other side of the perfume store. And I wanted to show you guys, they've got some Skyliner cabins stopped right here. We should be able to see what characters are on the outside of them. Oh man, they're actually really hard to make out. Who is that? I have a really tiny screen. You guys can probably make them out a little bit better than I can. Who is that? Oh, I can make this one out. This one is Coco. Also, we have an opening date for the Skyliner, and that is September 29th. So they still got a little bit of time, a little bit of work left to do on it, but it should be opening very soon. Just to kind of give you guys some wayfinding points, you can just barely see through the center there. They're doing some work back behind the French Pavilion. And so we know that they're building a new ride, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, back behind the France Pavilion. And if you look here, this is the front of it. Just to kind of give you guys an idea of how you would get to the ride. They're building a pathway back here that's gonna have new restaurants and shops over here to the right. That's gonna lead to the back side of the French Pavilion where the actual entrance to the ride will be. One thing that I always found interesting about Florida summer storms is that they're kind of hard to see. So like back here, the sky is so dark it almost looks blue. That's actually a storm back there, not blue skies. If I turn in this direction, you can see blue skies over here, and you can see the rest of the storm. And if you look very carefully, that's actually rain right there. So this is a Florida summer storm that's getting ready to come in. A lot of lightning, a lot of thunder, a lot of rain. Ooh, here's the question. Isn't there normally a booth here for Food and Wine? I don't see one right now. We're sort of near the port of entry stores. Right across from where the walkway that would lead back to Imagination is. That we said was closed. As you guys can see, the construction walls are there. But I feel like there's normally a booth around here. There's not one right now. Am I just getting my festivals confused? Or isn't there normally a Hawaii booth and a New Zealand booth? Are those not for Food and Wine? Are those for Flower and Garden? I haven't seen them. Are they gone this year? Oh, look, a monorail. Monorail! So there you have it. That was our trip out to EPCOT to check on the progress of the Food and Wine booth, which starts August 29th, and to just kind of see what kind of progress has been made around EPCOT as far as construction goes. There really is a lot. This construction wall over here is brand new. They're starting to take out the Leave a Legacy monoliths. A lot of stuff going on. And then coming up pretty soon, September 8th, they're going to take out a lot more on the other side of Spaceship Earth. There's going to be a lot of things gone starting September 8th. So be on the lookout for that. We'll be coming back, checking up on the progress of that sort of stuff. But as for now, we are off, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Destiny Johnson from Key West, Florida, and now it's time to pay the price.